Lifetime Career Achievement Award, which is quite a big deal. So thanks to you for doing this and for serving on the committee.
If it had been former Vice President Biden, you would have used the phrase, "This is a fucking big deal," I think. And leave it to me to engage in the fantasies. I mean, I think it's worth just taking a minute to pause and consider what a big deal that is. I mean, most of us in this room have the privilege of thinking for a living, and to have that privilege for, I don't want to say a lifetime, because the recipient is very much with us, but for, you know, what used to be a human generation is an extraordinary thing, an extraordinary opportunity, and to make so much of it that we honor it here, I think is also even more so and very impressive. Clearly the APSA program planners have never heard of this idea that you can say whatever you want about me as long as you spell my name right. Since the real winner, after the sort of proliferation of fake news in the APSA program, the real winner of the Muriel Edelman Distinguished Career Award this year is Professor Gadi Wolfsfeld, who was spelled rather differently in the program. I am happy to correct this mistake, and I hope this correction will have some effect on some of you. I think all of you are familiar with Gadi's work, but I want to highlight that in addition to his research, he is also a scholar with a history of service. He has been chair of this division. He's a scholar with a history as an educator, the recipient of multiple teaching awards, and of course, a major contributor to our understanding of political communication through many different strands of work. His work on social movements and media is still foundational. I get journal submissions all the time that start rightly from his work with Bill Gamson on social movements and media as interacting systems. His work on media and political conflict is also of enduring relevance and still being added to. And also in recent years, a new program of research that focuses on the role of social media and politics, including both election campaigns in Israel as well as more broadly in the Arab Spring, in a rather different set of contexts than those most of us study most of the time. So a really impressive and diverse range of research done individually, as well as in collaboration both with peers, more senior colleagues and more junior colleagues, which I think is an inspiration for all of us. It's impressive work. We all agreed on this in the award committee, Patricia Moy, Kevin Coe, and myself. Impressive theoretically, methodologically, empirically. It's engaged in the sense that it addresses some of the most important issues of our time. It engages with other scholarly traditions in sociology and media communication research in addition to political science. It is substantially important, and it is surely an enduring contribution. So I can't think of a more appropriate recipient of this year's Muriel Edelman Distinguished Career Award than Gadi Wolfsfeld. Please join me.
Things. First of all, I'm really surprised. I really wanted this award. Let me just to be honest. But when I got the email, I thought it was like some cousin in Africa that wanted money. I saw congratulations, and I figured it was a scam about Google Award or something. I was, so I'm not sure who nominated me, but thank you, and to the members of the committee, thank you very much. This is indeed a great honor. I've been attending these conferences, I believe, since 1981. So yes, I would certainly be considered a senior scholar. And as I said, I retired from Hebrew University a few years ago. And one of the great things about that was that you get to hear your eulogy without dying, which is sort of a similar situation here. So thank you to the members of the committee. Thank you for the wonderful support. And I've been to almost every conference since 1981. I mean, I've missed a few. And now I regret in hindsight that I wasn't there for my children starting first grade. So young people miss that conference. Because, I should have been there for the first day of first grade. for my 2 children. That would, you know, and I guess the only other piece of advice I have for what you're missing this year, is that what you?
No, it's just, it's almost by a day. It's just,
right.
yes.
It's
wrong, Gadi.
In hindsight, that was a mistake. Okay, I had these videos of my children waving. Sorry you couldn't be here, Daddy, and then, so I had to see it all the time. But no, the point I wanted to make was a lot of people are alienated by coming to these huge conferences, and I never felt that way. I felt that with our group, there was always a feeling of community. There was always a feeling we knew each other and we supported each other. And there's this word in Hebrew, which there isn't really a translation in Hebrew, called firgun. And the word firgun is sort of a combination of support and it's sort of a combination of support and sympathy and acceptance. That's the word. There's a combination of support and acceptance. And that's what I've always felt, not only from my colleagues and my peers, but from everyone in this very delightful community. And just one piece of advice for the young people. Try to deal with the big issues. Try to not deal with the small issues. You're going to get wrong. In other words, when you think big, you get a lot of stuff wrong. But it's better to think about the big issues, get something wrong, than be absolutely right about the small issues. So that would be the advice I give to young people. And also, although it's not as much in mode as it was when I was coming up in political science, write books and not just articles. Okay, because it's the only place you really have the time to develop ideas in full. So that's it. So thank you very much for this wonderful reception, for this wonderful honor, and I thank you.